Could I have your attention, please? You all set, guys? Ladies? All set?
Yep.
All set? So Brian, you all set?
Yep.
Welcome to the zoning board of May 7th, 2024. My name is Marty Akins. I'm the chairman. Don't mind my voice tonight. I'm starting to get it back, but we got a long night, so if you could please be direct, be fast. Don't keep repeating things that have already been said when you come up to testify. This board members, Mr. Himmel, Mr. Frankel, Mr. Chin, Mr. O'Brien, and Ms. Barry is in the back. Ms. Our clerk, Ms. Griffin, Mrs. Griffin, and the commissioner right behind me is Director Conlon, Commissioner. If you have a cell phone or a pager, please put it on silent or vibrate, not to interrupt the meeting. If you want to speak, please step outside. It's hard enough to hear here as it is. I have a few things I want to clear up first, if we could. Under ZBA 2354, we have someone that wants to make a statement on that, 54 Spring Street, sir.
Good evening, members of the board. Austin Birch here for 54 Spring Street from the laws of Jack Milgram. We would like to withdraw that appeal without prejudice.
Could I have a motion, please, sir, please?
Make motion ZBA 23-54 Jack P. Milgram for variance and special permit floodplain to construct a single-family home on the existing open lot on the premise number 54 Spring Street. Motion to withdraw without prejudice.
Second.
On the motion, seeing none, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? So moved. Thank you. Further under ZBA 2990, Patrick Foley, 10 Independence Ave, make a statement, please.
Good evening, Mr. Chair. I emailed over a
We got it,
deferral to Kate yesterday.
but you want
Tell
to
us.
June 18th, tell us?
June 18th, yes.
Place the existing auto body shop with a 9-unit condominium building and 1 commercial unit. 23 parking spaces on the premise number 10 Independence Ave, Quincy. Make a motion to continue to June 18th.
Second.
On the motion, seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. Thank you. Further under old business, ZBA 2363. We have a special permit variance to construct a new building for a retail marijuana establishment in 159 Brook Road. The applicant's here. Please step forward, state your name and address for the record. Before I do that, Mr. Chan, could you please, anyone that's going to speak or think they might speak, if you think you might speak tonight, please take an oath. Everyone stand up, raise your right hand if you're going to speak. If you're not going to speak, you don't have to take an oath, but if you don't take an oath, you will not speak in this forum.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in the matters now in hearing? Say yes, and thank you. Be seated.
Name and address?
Hi, yes, Erin Riley with O'Neill and Associates. Home address is 103 Elm Street in Boston, Mass.
All right, now, we went through everything except for we had a traffic study to come back to us, correct?
Yes,
All right. Everyone got that and everyone read it?
Yes.
Yes.
You know, I have one question. You tell me this is gonna be different than the one around the corner. Just tell me what the difference is gonna be. You say you have something no one else has. What's the difference? Because I went to a lot of places, went in, looked at them, went in their back rooms, looked at 90% of the stuff is all the same. You buy a product, you sell, buy a product, you sell. Some people are seltzers, some people are this. It's pretty much all the same. So I don't want to see yourselves beat yourselves up and everyone, what's different about this that you want this establishment?
Yeah, so at a high level, a lot of our business model is going to focus on more of a subscription type experience for the consumer. So rather than them always coming in, looking at the shelf, selecting and buying, it's going to be really driven by more of a holistic, like consultative relationship with them, largely done over internet type communication as well as video, sometimes face-to-face personal communication. But rather than that kind of transactional relationship, it's going to be more of like a subscription model. If that
So they're
makes
going to
sense.
be on a subscription for you and they come in every month, pick it up?
Yeah.
Okay. Those are the questions I had. Anyone have any other questions before we debate this traffic study? Any other
No.
questions?
I have none.
No.
No question.
All right,
Yeah.
I went over this myself, I looked at it, and those are the numbers that we were talking about. 50, 57, and 77, or whatever, it wasn't much. In and out on weekends. Did you read this report?
Yes,
And it tells you about the signage that you're
Yes.
gonna be required to put up?
yes, and we had actually worked with Counselor Devine on that beforehand, and had committed to him, and we're gonna tell you that today, so,
It'd be an easy in and easy right to the road if they know where they're going that way, right?
yes, absolutely.
And, you know, we want signs out there too, no on-street parking. right?
Yes, we agree.
Those are my things. Besides that, I think that report kind of in your favor.
I have no questions.
No questions.
No question.
The traffic engineer reviewed the report, more than comfortable with her approach. I think there's a couple of issues that probably will be resolved once you open them. We'll see how that works, but I think that it's satisfactory. as far as I'm concerned with the traffic.
Thank you. I'm gonna be voting in favor.
I'll be voting in favor.
That's why.
I'm in favor.
Likewise.
Have a motion, please.
Make a motion, ZBA dash 2363. Margaret Supre as special permit and variance to construct new building to be used as a retail marijuana establishment on the premises numbered 159 Brook Road, Quincy, Massachusetts. Make a motion to accept.
Second.
On the motion, seeing that? What? Oh, yeah, it was. O'Brien. Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, so moved. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Good luck, yes.
Good luck.
Good luck. Further on to tonight. Huh? I'm gonna move down one, because I'm gonna be leaving in a little minute, and I just live in this area. ZBA 2422, 17 Wall Street. The applicant here? Hi, how are you?
Good.
Why don't you explain your name and your address and what you want to do?
My name is Jennifer Reed. I live at 17 Wall Street, and we're looking to enclose our balcony, our second floor balcony, and our first floor front porch.
You're gonna bring your walls out, and it's gonna be livable space, increase the dining room and the bedrooms.
Correct, yes.
I'll tell you, I live down there, and this house is immaculate. I mean, look at the grounds, if you can get past the fence, if you can get over there, it's like immaculate. They really take care of the house when they bought it. In fact, I've been at a couple parties in the backyards for little kids. Never went in the pool, but I should have went in the pool, because it's so inviting. Beautiful, beautiful pool. And the people really take care of their property, they really do. That was
Thank
my- I don't have any questions.
Yeah, agreed. It's great, great looking property. Nice little project.
Thank you, appreciate it.
All what they said. I agree.
Thank you.
No questions.
Did you say it was a big kids party?
A drug party for kids. A what party?
I have no question.
A big party?
Big kids.
It was a big party. It was about 100 people, I tell you. It was huge. It was all 90 kids. Had a blast. I have a motion then, if we, let me see if anyone wants to speak first. Is there anyone want to speak in favor? You can sit down.
Oh, thank you.
First call? Second call? Third call? Fourth public hearing closed. No correspondence? Got a letter from the DPW. They reviewed the above referenced project and have no comments. Is there anyone opposed or undecided? First call, second call, third call closed. Have a motion, please?
Make a motion to approve ZBA dash 24 dash 22 Jennifer Reed for variance to enclose both the second floor balcony as well as the front porch on the premises numbered 17 Wall Street, Quincy. Make a motion to accept as presented.
Second.
On the motion, anything? No? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. Congratulations. One more I want to do here, Sheldon Road. They here, Sheldon Road? They still outside?
We're still waiting on somebody,
All
man.
right. CBA 2426. 24 Branch Street, they here?
Jesus, Marty, you're confusing the hell out of me.
No, come on, I'm gonna move again.
Moving along quick, I like that, you know?
Let's
When
move.
Mr. Aiken speaks, things happen,
Listen,
right?
you get sick.
Don't jinx it.
Don't jinx it. Don't jinx it,
Oh,
Council.
I'm on, so I'm all set, Mr. O'Brien.
You can change that.
Yeah. So you all set for me? Mr.
Yep, all set.
So thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. For the record, my name is Evan Fleming. I'm here on behalf of Steve Austin, 24 Branch Street in Quincy. This is a matter that has been presented to the planning board, but the planning board, as we indicated to the planning board, we also need a variance from this matter specifically for a use variance to allow a residential use or a continued residential use in this industrial A district. I'm joined tonight by Steve Austin, the principal, also by Brian Donahue of Donahue Architects. Brian will go through the plans in more detail. And Tim Powers of PV's Site Design is our architect, our engineer, and he can speak to engineering-related matters. As I indicated, this property is located in an industrial A zoning district, although interestingly enough, a lot of the land around it is zoned Residence B. Certainly a lot of the other houses on Branch Street and the houses on Albertina, which is an abutting neighborhood, are all zoned Residence B. This particular property, despite its zoning as industrial A, has been used as a residential property. It's an existing two-family that sits on the site. As you may have remembered, a few years ago, the city actually rezoned this entire Quincy Adams district to provide for multifamily use. In fact, and what it did is it led to a large development that's adjacent to this, which it was permitted for about a 325 unit multifamily residential building. That's right next to this particular site. So a lot of the industrial users that have utilized this area in the past are no longer utilizing it. They've sold some of their properties, and a lot of the properties have been developed as residential. This, however, has always been residential. It's been a two-family house that Mr. Austin's owned for some time, but it's become deteriorated in need of repairs. So Mr. Austin thought this was a perfect opportunity to kind of look with all the other development that's happening in the area and with this new zoning district that actually encompasses or actually surrounds this site but doesn't include this site, multifamily use of this site made sense. So we're here tonight to propose renovations to the existing two-family by and renovating that and then adding a single additional residential unit in the back via a new townhouse and adjacent or attached to the two-family house, and then construct 3 new townhouse-style units on the site. This is a 12,000 square foot parcel of land. So the dimensional provisions, although there aren't any in industrial A that deal with residential, the dimensional provisions of this are very similar to a lot of other developments that have happened throughout the city. In fact, it's very similar to a proposal that this board heard just a month ago, which was at 62 and 66 Albertina Street, which actually is just down the street on Branch Street from this property. And that proposal, like this proposal, provides about 2,000 square feet of land area per dwelling unit. This proposal really fits well within the neighborhood. It's almost a buffer from the smaller houses in the neighborhood to the large multifamily building that's going to be built. That's going to be, I think, 4 stories in total height. This is a 3-story height building. It really fits within the neighborhood. It has a pitched roof, and it will look like the homes, many of the homes in the neighborhood. It will be provided under building parking in garages under the units, and it really fit in well, and it will not exacerbate or cause any particular disturbance to the neighborhood related to parking. The relief that's being requested is we're seeking site plan review from the planning board, and we're going to be completing that matter on the 15th of the month. And we're seeking from this body a use variance to allow for the continued residential use in this industrial A zoning district, and also dimensional variances. And those dimensional variances really
are only related to setback, because as you may know, the industrial A zoning district doesn't provide any dimensionals for residential use because residential is not allowed. So we're seeking some setback relief from the 25-foot setbacks that are provided for in industrial. We think that this is a really a good proposal that fits within the neighborhood. It's similar to the other proposals, as I mentioned, and it will allow just for really well-designed, new transit-oriented housing within the Quincy Adams district. So with that, I'd like to turn this over to Brian and just ask Brian to preside.
Thanks, Ed.
Sure.
Mr. Chairman, members of the board, Brian Donahue, architect, Donahue Architects here in Quincy. As Attorney Fleming mentioned, this is a 12,000 square foot lot improved by a two-family home fronting on Branch Street. Obviously, the neighborhood is on this side of Branch Street is the character is mostly industrial. Across the street, though, we're talking about multifamily, two-family, single-family homes. And as you go around to Albertina, as you mentioned, the topography is relatively flat on this, so the drainage that's been designed by Jim Powers takes care of all the on-site water runoff and so forth. So what we're proposing is for this site is an addition to the single-family, the two-family home as shown on this box. And what we're doing is we're creating, what I should mention first is that the parking for the existing two-family home is along the driveway along the side of the property. There's no garage parking for that residence now. So we're proposing to continue that and create a paved drive with 4 spaces along this property line that will service the existing two-family home. What we're doing after that is we're adding a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath unit to the rear of that site, to the rear of that building with undercar parking. And then across the way on the other property line facing east, we've got 3 townhouse units with 2 parking spaces each as well. The facade, we were requested by the planning board to look at not a redesign, but sort of a softening of the front facade so it looked more like the front of the house. So we went through a redesign process and just came up with a gable end, a front door facing the street. And as you can see, it's a 3-story building with the top floor kind of cut into the roof. We also provided an additional, at their request, an additional guest parking space here at the rear. We're really trying to keep as much green space as we can with this project. I think there's enough pavement here to service it, but we really didn't want to do any more pavement to make it unsightly. I think these 3-dimensional renderings kind of tell the story. Again, the existing home here, from an aerial perspective, this is the addition with the existing parking drive here for the two-family house. Mr. Austin has been renovating that inside and out. He just recently put new siding on and redid the front porches. And I think the plan is to do some more work inside. So this shows the relationship on Branch Street, the existing home, the drive in between, and the 3-unit building to the right. A couple of different views. I really don't want to get into the details of the layout, but in general, it's your basic townhouse configuration with 2 parking spaces underneath, a man door entry, and then a living space on the second level, and 2 bedrooms and 2 baths on the top floor. The units are approximately 1,200 square feet of living space. Our palette is sort of a grayish, a 2-toned concept, a lighter color at the top, darker base, pitched roofs, gable protrusions, and double hung windows. Very, very traditional design. And that is really it for the architecture. If you have any.
The guy's got, if I might, the guy is putting on gray clapboard now on the one that's there.
Yes.
You know, the matching, nothing at all, no different color at all?
Well,
Buildings are gonna look exactly.
yeah, I doubt it'll be exactly the same. It'll just be some tonal differences, but we wanted to tie together, so it looks like.
Tie together, but
one-
I would like some differences on
Yeah.
it, color, something.
Yeah.
Just make it a little different. Because it could almost look like two properties. Any questions?
I have no questions at this time.
So they asked Mr. Power to present the engineering of the site.
You have any questions so far with that part?
No questions.
Can I ask one?
So Brian, yep.
Are you proposing that the 3 units are condos?
In a condo, there's no rent, he's gonna be rentals. Right now, he's proposing rentals, because he owns the 2 families, he's gonna maintain it as rental property.
Okay, so you'll end up with 6 rentals.
6 rental units.
Okay, thank you.
Good evening, Tim Power, PBI Site Design, civil engineer. So this will be a brief, very straightforward site. Brian did a good description so far, so I'll just add on to the stormwater. The 2 sides of the properties will sort of have their independent stormwater systems. As you can see here, proposing to capture roof from the buildings and a little bit of surface runoff into those chamber systems to provide groundwater recharge. And control any change in quantity from stormwater, but the design presented meets the pre and post, the sort of standard practice. Utilities coming underground from the street for the new building. The existing building will share some of the existing utility stubs, so we don't anticipate making new curb cuts there. We'll just pass through the building, making it a sort of a typical duplex design. So really just the only activity in the street is the sewer service and water service and electrical. Again, it's very straightforward, so I don't go into too much detail. I'm happy to answer questions though.
So your service is coming in the back, because you got a temp service in the backyard, right?
Nope, this is all in front. This is, I don't know if I turned upside down from the architect, but this is Grand Street here, so they're all coming in.
No, I'm asking you. Right now, there's a temp service out in the back of that, correct?
A temp service in the back of the house? I don't think so.
The construction service?
No.
Oh, I see that today. I could have swore I was in the backyard, and there was a temp service against the fence in the backyard. And the feeders for the building were cut.
No, it's not my town.
The blue, the gray,
Yeah. I don't have a temp service.
all right. I have no questions, I guess.
Great.
So I lose my mind. I know I'm sick, but this is too sick.
No questions.
Questions? Yeah, I'm great.
So that's the presentation, Jim.
But how is it? Maybe it's Sheldon Road, maybe it's in the back of Sheldon. That's probably wrong house. I think it fits. Usually I don't. I think it's too crowded. I think that fits. I think that there's plenty of room in that lot you have. It's gonna pretty it all up. You got a big giant elm in the middle, is that going?
Yeah, it's in the house.
Sad. And is any in the back gonna go?
We're gonna keep some of the left,
Yeah,
we can salvage those.
okay.
Do we have a landscaping design?
Yeah, he had it on the front page. Front page, he had it on, it's on the front one on the ground, wasn't it?
Yeah, turn upside, sorry. Upside down. Oh, no, sorry. Flip it on.
Civil engineers put the street on the top. We don't
Yep.
put it on the bottom.
Electrical service.
There's a landscape plan provided. There's some existing trees around the edges, trying to keep, and some new trees to fill in the front and the back where we have room.
Thanks.
Thanks.
And that landscaping plan will dress it up significantly from what's there today.
We'll put it in there, Mr. Conlon will approve it.
There you go.
How's that?
He's very good with this.
Commission is very good with
But right
this.
now, as you know, it's essentially a dirt
Yeah,
pond.
it's a
Dirt
big-
pond, it's
big, yeah.
density cars.
Big giant tree in the middle, round circle.
Yeah.
Anyone have any questions?
No.
Any questions?
I do not.
Where's the big development relationship?
It is right next door, so it's actually, here.
Yeah.
It's here, and it's funny, because when they did the zoning, they did the zoning like this, but they cut this piece out for some reason, so. Because Mr. Austin could have done a 200-unit proposal.
Spot zone.
Thank you.
Is there anyone that want to speak in favor? Is anyone here want to speak in favor? First call, second call, third call closed. We got a letter here from DPW. It's going to be read into the record.
We've reviewed the submittal for the above referenced project, and our comments are as follows. Grading and drainage. Number one, stormwater design narrative should include the 10 stormwater checklist. Number two, narrative includes a cursory description of construction period, pollution prevention measures. This should be clarified. A separate construction period pollution prevention plan should be prepared. The plan should include additional details of the erosion control BMPs, good housekeeping measures, etc. A checklist should be included for the construction period pollution prevention measures. In addition, the drawing sheet C001 is not included in the submittal package. Number three, the long-term operation and maintenance plan shall be at a minimum included. Number one, stormwater management system owners. Number two, the party or parties responsible for operations and maintenance, including how future property owners will be notified of the presence of stormwater management system and the requirement for proper operations and maintenance. Number three, the routine and non-routine maintenance tasks to be undertaken after construction is completed and the schedule for implementing those tasks. Number four, plan shows snow storage areas and location of all stormwater BMPs in each treatment train, along with the discharge points identifying any limitations on the use of salt and or de-icing chemicals. Number five, estimated operations and maintenance budget. Number six, inspection and maintenance of catch basin. Wow. Number seven, inspection shall include a qualified professional such as civil engineer, environmental scientist. Records of inspection maintenance shall be up to date and available for review and inspection if requested by city's officials. Number four, maintenance shall be recorded at the Norfolk County Registry of Deeds. Five, the narrative should include the following calculations. A, required recharge volume. B, the infiltration BMP will drain in 72 hours. C, documentation showing BMP treats the required water quality volume. Number six, is there any soil test at the proposed location for drainage structure to determine soil properties and level of water table? Question mark. The application should demonstrate that the bottom elevation of the recharge system is at least 2 feet above the estimated high groundwater level. If the bottom elevation of the system is less than 4 feet above the estimated high groundwater level, the applicant should also perform a mounding analysis and provide the required calculations pursuant to the requirements of the handbook. Number seven, explain the routing drainage for proposed works. Why do we have 10 units? 2, 3, 3, 2, to discharge runoff of the discharge point DPI. Why there is no impervious paving area in previous areas, landscape area on the diagram. 8, modify the grading plan. Some proposed paving will be less than 0.3% slope, which may not be feasible to do. Also, provide grading with the abutting properties to identify how these area drains and support the proposed grading designs in these areas. Number 9, explain how the runoff from the roof of the proposed additions will be disposed of. Number 10, a treatment BMP for soil type A should be used to remove 44% of the TSS prior to infiltration. 11, proposed infiltration system violates the setback requirements for the property lines. Number 12, applicant should provide elevations on the infiltration chamber detail, i.e. invert bottom of stone, bottom of chambers, top of stone, and finished grade. Number 13, provided hydro CAD model a peak elevation of 100-year flood in the infiltration system. A and B exceeds the elevation of the top stone layers of the system. The applicant should revise the design such that the 100-year storm does not overtop the top stone. In addition, explain where the outlet devices 2x2 horizontal orifice grades are. 14, 1 week prior to any land disturbance activities, an application shall conduct on-site inspection of the city of Quincy and/or city designated representative to observe the erosion controls installed at the site and review the erosion controls anticipated to be employed during construction. 15, City of Quincy and/or city's designated representative shall observe the construction of the stormwater management system at the following times upon completion of excavation. Wow. Upon completion of chamber and crushed stone installed in prior backfill, applicant shall provide at least 72-hour notice for said inspection. Water. Perform water flow tests at the city's water department. Tests should be submitted for assessment before any piping work can be started. Number 2, install a curb top valve and box at the sidewalk gutter line. Number 3, applicant should confirm the appropriate connections, tap-in sleeve versus anchor T, with DPW prior to construction. 4, explain why no water service to the proposed addition. Sewer. Number 1, sewer main and manholes in the sheet should be inspected with television pre-development. The proposal sewer service pipe and connection to the main should be inspected with television post-development. The television report video clip shall be submitted to our office for assessment. Number 2, install a clean out for the sewer service pipe. Number 3, a profile should be provided for the proposed sanitary sewer connection and any additional gravity unity mains that may experience potential utility conflict. Number 4, explain why no sewer service for the proposed addition. General, we require a new sidewalk in front of the proposed development to be reconstructed with cement concrete, broom finish for the border and tool joints. In addition, granite curbs should be installed to protect the sidewalk. Number 2, install survey monuments to delineate the property on the public right-of-way. The monuments shall be set by a professional land surveyor. Number 3, it looks like there are still 2 lots for development. We are wondering how the zoning table dimensional requirements, identifying setbacks, and compliance with the zoning ordinance is prepared for 2 individual lots or 1 whole lot. In addition, we also want to know the intent of the development to create a condo with 6 residential units or townhouse houses in 2 separate buildings. This says condos, not rental. Number 4, is there a curb or berm around the pavement area? We recommend that a minimum slope of 1% be maintained in all paved areas. Number 6, prior to issuance of building permit, the applicant shall obtain approval from the Department of Public Works Engineering Division. Building department be verified by the traffic department staff. The construction management plan, which includes estimates of the amount of material to be removed, vehicle access to and from the site, time of day, anticipated routes, anticipated delivery, removal times, phasing of construction material storage, stockpile and concrete truck washdown areas. 7, submit plan showing the utility includes size, material, invert, elevations, slope of proposed pipes. The existing lot parcel should be consolidated into 1 lot parcel for the development consolidation plan. Should be recorded in the registry of deeds, Norfolk County. All proposed buildings should have house numbers assigned by the engineering division, DPW, before any permits can be issued. Number 9, the entire stormwater and sewer system shall be cleaned and flushed prior to final acceptance. 10, submit auto CAD file for the project to apply for a building permit. The file should be in the Mass State Plan coordinated system, preferably in Quincy standard data layers. Number 11, upon completion of the project, submit a stamped affidavit from a registered professional engineer that all utilities, water, sewer, and drain are constructed as designed and no illicit connections are found on the completed project site. Number 12, upon completion of the project, as-built plans showing all utilities, building footprints, finished grade need to be submitted along with the auto CAD file. That as-built plans shall be Mass State Plan coordinated system. The developer and/or contractor shall contact design engineer or supervisor prior to installation of foundation utilities to allow for proper inspection and data collection for the as-built plans.
Sorry about that.
Wow. Here you go.
That's the longest one I've ever seen. I've been here over 20 years. Huh? Did we hire someone new?
Now I know Brian.
We hire someone new?
We
That is
Is there anyone who will call that part of the hearing closed? Is there anyone undecided, or opposed to this proposal, please step forward. First call? Second call? Third call? All cars closed.
Got one question?
Yes,
Did I get a count on the parking places? I got a whole count up there.
there's 4 on the two-family. 4 spots for the two-family, and there's 2 for each, is 8. 8,
But it says 6, that's where my count.
yes, it's 6 for the 3 units, and then there's 2 in the back for the other extended one. So there's really 6 and
There's
6.
2 for each of the townhouses.
Okay.
There's 2 for each of the townhouses, then there's 2 additional spaces here, as well as 2 additional spaces along the driveway. We've added, yeah.
6 and 6.
6 and 6, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Like I said, I looked at the property, I think there's plenty of room, I think they'll clean it up, but it's not usually for these kind of things, but I'll be voting in favor.
I prefer if they were condos, but I will vote in favor.
Same. Yeah, it's an improvement to this location. It's gonna provide some housing, so I'm,
So Brian, any comments?
No, I'm good, thank you.
wanna vote?
Remember vote? You have a motion, please?
Make a motion, ZBA 24-26, Austin Realty Proprietorship West LLC seeks variance relief from Chapter 375, Section 3.0 Use Regulations, Section .40 Dimensional Regulations to renovate the existing structure. Construct a townhouse on the rear of the existing structure in addition to 3 additional townhouses on the right side of the parcel on the premise numbered 24 Branch Street, Quincy. Make a motion to accept as presented.
Second.
On the motion, seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, so moved.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry for that one.
Does anyone want to take off? If not, I'll go. You want to go, Mr. Chairman?
Sure,
Go ahead.
unless you filling up?
No, yeah, I'll stay. That's fine. Ms. Barry, you in? Oh, yes, one minute. I need you, Mr. Chin. I gotta do something with, I got an amendment here. Where is it? Right here.
That was fun.
Just for 1 second, remember we did those Albertino? It's 62 to 66?
Yep.
And I wanted 25 feet. Planning around 24 because they wanted the building to move over another foot. So they want to bring it back. It was 20 or something, now it's 24. We're gonna give them 24 feet. I would like to make a motion to amend the decision for ZBA 241066 Albertina Street and ZBA 241162 Albertina Street to allow 24 feet between garage doors for turn radius in order to be in compliance with the planning board decision 2024-02 and neighborhood concerns as setbacks of buildings from abutters.
Second.
On the motion? Seeing none, all in favor? Aye. Opposed, so moved. Thank you.
Okay.
That's all, sir. They can build, now they can build.
Something signed.
Huh?
Something signed for us.
It's right here. We got a 6-month extension on that one, which,
Russell,
What was it?
No.
who's on that? Doesn't matter, me, it's an extension. Yeah, it's ZBA 2318. I have a letter here. They need a 6-month extension for 110 Franklin Street.
Oh, yeah, it was sheet.
Right, so they're looking for a 6-month, Jim's chairman and the board members want to request a 6-month extension for 110 Franklin Street. We granted, make a motion to give them a 6-month extension.
Second.
On the motion, seeing none, all in favor? Aye. All so moved. Russell's up, yeah. Gary. Comes out. 130 West Elm, ZBA 24-6, Tiffany Pham for variance to construct an addition in existing home on the premises number 130 West Elm Street. The applicant or representative here? Name and address?
Yes, 130 West Elm Avenue. My name is Tiffany Pham. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. So we would like to addition like 397 square foot on the second floor.
Say that again?
I would like to addition 397 square feet on the second floor.
Okay. I know it's a small lot down there, but I haven't done with that. So you're staying right in the same footprint?
Yeah.
You're staying in the same footprint as the
Yes,
building,
yes,
just adding
yes,
up top?
Yes.
So it's going back. All set.
It's just going up, right?
Yeah. Just going up. Any questions? They're just going up on the second floor in the back.
I have no questions.
No questions.
You can have a seat. Is there anyone here who wants to speak in favor? You can have a seat. Does anyone want to speak in favor? Second call? Third call? All are part of hearing closed. I have a letter here from the DPW, reviewed the project and has no comments. Is there anyone opposed or undecided? First call, second call, third call closed. I'll be voting in favor.
In favor.
In favor.
Likewise.
Can I have a motion for 24-6, please?
Okay, ZBA -24-6 Tiffany Pham for variance to construct an addition to the existing home on the premise numbered 130 Elm Ave. I make a motion to accept as presented.
Seconded?
Second.
On the motion, seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, so moved. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
GA 24-9. Shane Gray for variance and special permit floodplain to subdivide a lot, construct two residential homes in number 28 Marion Street in Quincy. Is the applicant or representative here?
I'm right here. Good
Name
evening.
and address? Did you take an oath?
I did, yes.
Okay.
My name is Shane Gray. I'm the resident of 28 Marion Street.
Let's tell us what you want to do down there.
So I intend to, I hope to demolish the existing small bungalow that is undersized for the lot and the general neighborhood, subdivide the lot and it's two single-family homes to more closely match the neighborhood. Next door, on both sides are two lots that are both about 5,500. I'm proposing dividing my lot into two lots that would be larger than this by a little bit, but they would match, they'd be pretty close and match the adjacent properties. I'm hoping to add additional housing to the neighborhood. It's kind of a quiet street, kind of a quiet area, but it's undeveloped lot that both my neighbors have commented that it could do with some work. It's not something that they'd like to look at the moment.
What are you doing for the road? Did you say you're gonna pave it,
Yes,
the whole road in?
yes,
Okay. So you're coming, off from Bicknell all the way in?
yes.
Very good. Did I look and see these houses both exactly the same?
They're mirror images.
Right?
Yep.
How many
You got
square feet
like
is it?
different, you're gonna have different different colors, one
Yes.
gray, one
Sure,
blue.
yeah. I haven't decided what colors, but yes, I'm happy to do.
I'm
different
not
colors.
gonna have two, I wanna look down there and know where to go.
Yeah, they're both, to answer, it's roughly about 1,900 square foot livable space, plus a two-car garage.
I mean, it's a big lot down there you do have, and it's
Yeah.
the end of a road. We'll clean up that area. What's that building that's connected? It looks like a yacht club or something,
From the
don't it?
boats down there. I think that's on a Bicknell address technically.
Yeah, 78.
Yeah.
But it comes all the way down the street, like I'm looking, I'm like, whoa, look at this.
Yeah,
building.
it's got-
And then when the tree, the change of the building color, I go, hey, that's connected.
It's a huge house.
Yeah.
It's like 150 feet long.
The one next to it is pretty long too. Not quite as long, but
Right. Well, I know there's another one over there connected too. See this?
Were these originally two lots at one point and they got combined?
I believe so, but I've only been an owner for the last 3 or 4 years. I believe they were combined at some point.
Well, if you own them both, they will combine them, yeah.
Thanks.
Any other questions?
I have none. I was wondering, it's marked as a private way, okay, the street is, it's not a public street. All the other,
Street, so that confused me, that if it was a private way or not.
I thought it was labeled, I think,
What?
I think it was labeled a private street or private way.
But the city does work on
Yeah,
private.
but I mean, they do work in private,
Right.
you know, if there's drainage and stuff
Right.
in there.
Yeah,
They plow
my
them because of emergency stuff.
neighbors are excited for a paved road.
Okay.
That gets
Yeah,
something.
When it comes to maintenance, that's the biggest issue there,
Sure.
right?
Yep.
So you might wanna,
A lot of dirt parking on that street.
There is, yeah,
you might wanna get some sort of an arrangement going. right?
sure.
Yeah.
Well, I intend to be one of
It's
those,
private way.
yeah, I intend to be one of those residents, so I'll try to
Okay, thank you.
stress that.
What are you doing with that big tree out there?
I think it has to go.
Yeah.
If there's a way around, if I'd like to keep it because it's a lovely little tree, but
But it's old,
it's old
really
and,
old. Some of the branches are
and
gone.
it's particularly hanging over my neighbor to the left.
Right.
My neighbor to the right already cut off a couple
Yeah.
limbs because it was approaching their roof.
Right.
With big ash.
It's big, it's big.
It's a big one, yeah.
Huge. That's a huge tree. It's old. So the scene is big, I think. It'd be nice that.
Well, it'd still be, replace it with something, right?
Oh, yeah, there'd be
Yeah.
plenty of new trees
Yeah.
planted.
You can have a seat. Is there anyone here that wants to speak in favor? First call, second call, third call. We'll let it hear from them. It's not a bad one.
Just the first page, man?
Just first thing, go. Go outside.
28 Marion Street, case ZBA 242419. We've reviewed the submittal above referenced project and our comments are as follows. Specify how much impervious area will be increased due to the development. 2, explain how the surface runoff in the paved area will be discharged and treated. 3, will there be any fill or change of grade due to development? 4, install survey monuments to delineate subdivision. The monument shall be set by professional land surveyor. 5, please provide a profile view of all proposed buildings to be located in the LSCSF. Some form of flow-through foundation should be implemented to ensure the storage of flood water is not displaced onto adjacent roadways and properties. 6, upon completion of the project, an as-built plan showing all utilities, building footprints, reference bounds, and benchmarks defining total site facilities and right-of-way need to be submitted along with a digital file. An elevation certificate should be submitted if the property is in the flood zone.
Okay.
Can I say that I have,
Well, we'll call that part of hearing closed. Is there anyone opposed or undecided? First call, opposed or undecided? Second call? Third call closed? You know, it's really gonna clean up that area, and it's 1,200. It is what it is, and I think it's gonna be great cleaned up, because that street's a mess, and this guy's gonna pay to pave the whole street, God bless him.
Well, I'm assuming you're going to, it's on septic now, right?
it is,
Okay, so you're gonna,
Gonna do well.
into the city,
connects both to
All right.
the news area, to this. So,
motion time?
Yeah, well, any comments?
just some of those.
Not you. Any comments up here?
No comment.
John, that was 3 lots at one time. 3 separate,
Yeah.
it was 3 separate lots.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I didn't know you knew.
Well, that's my usual question, if it was, if it wasn't, so.
Yeah. I don't have any questions.
Okay. You're up.
I'm up. ZBA 2419, Shane Gray for variance special permit flood plain subdivide lot to construct 2 residential homes of different colors on the premise of number 28 Marion Street, Quincy. Make a motion to accept as presented.
Second.
On the motion, saying none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. Further on tonight's business, Patrick Foley, ZBA 2429. Seek a variance relief from chapter 375411, dimensional requirements to demolish single-family home. Reconnect another two-story, single-family home on 749 Sheldon Street. The applicant representing. Counselor?
I'm good, thank you.
Yeah, let me, give me one, I'm gonna put it on the floor. We already have it.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. My name is Patrick Foley with a business address 265 Willard Street. I'm the attorney for the project here. I'm joined here tonight by Steve Trudeau, who's the builder, and Chris McHugh, who's the applicant slash homeowner. Before I get into the presentation, Chris, the homeowner, would just like to say a few things.
Hi, members of the board. I appreciate you guys having me tonight. My name is Chris McHugh, 36 years old today. I'm here representing me and my wife, who couldn't be here tonight. She's home with our 4 children. We are third generation Quincy residents, my wife and myself, hoping to raise a fourth generation of our 4 kids and build our new dream house at 47 Shelton Road. My business is in this city, and it has been my dream to always live in this city. We are particularly appealed to this neighborhood due to the close-knit community and the amount of children in this neighborhood. And we are very interested in building our roots here in this city forever. So we currently live in Dorchester right now. I'm a Boston firefighter and a business owner, and we're outgrowing our house and looking to come back to this city. The only time I ever left was when I went to the Coast Guard. And after that, I've been here ever since then. So just looking for your approval tonight on hopefully building my dream home.
When did you buy that house?
Say it again?
When did you buy that lot?
I bought it about 2.5 months ago, sir.
Okay.
Yep. That's all I have, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks, Chris. 47 Shelton Road is located in the residential A zoning district of the city. Currently, right now on the property, it's a 7,080 square foot lot, and it's a single family home on it right now that's 2 stories. What the applicant is proposing to do here tonight is he's going to keep it a single family. He's going to make it 2.5 stories, which is in the code, and also make it 4 bedrooms, as we heard, for his growing family. The relief being sought here is actually very minimal. It's pre-existing non-conforming with the lot area. Obviously, that's not changing. One of the side setbacks, which is 5 feet, just going to be a couple inches. It's going to be 4.8. The applicant, he's done a great job of walking around the neighborhood, trying to talk to his neighbors. He has his kids in the neighborhood now, trying to get acquainted with everything that's going on down here. I know I've talked to the city councilor. I know Chris has talked to the city councilor about it, just about what he's looking to do on the property. I feel these are the type of people and the type of families that, you know, the city should be wanting to welcome in there. People that grew up here their whole life, looking to start families and just contribute to it, you know, as a business owner. Now I'm just gonna have Steve walk you through the drawings.
Steve Trudeau, 35 Millennium Road, Weymouth, builder for the project. Front elevation.
Come on, Chris, you in Easel?
What's, yeah, I'll blink past. Front elevation, we're trying to have a Cape Cod style. It does overlook the ocean. Thank you.
I get an Easel.
Cape Cod style, like Pat said, 2.5 stories, to the front and right elevation. Nice porch on the front. Go to the side elevation. This is the driveway side, left elevation in the rear of the home. But beautiful job by Marshall Works, the architect. And then any questions on the exterior? But pretty straightforward shingle style, like I said, traditional construction. First floor is going to be. First floor, we have a front porch coming into a foyer and family room, kind of to an open kitchen and dining room, library, office, pantry in the rear. Upstairs, like Pat said, 4 bedrooms, 2 baths, and then there will eventually be probably a finished playroom, etc. But most likely this will be unfinished for now.
Is there 3 baths on the second floor too? It's 3.
It's 3. Yeah, so it's 3. Yeah, and then
You got 1 in the attic.
1 in the attic as well.
have 3 young daughters, so I'm trying to plan for later.
Hey, Counsel, where's this line that's there? Now, the line that's, they just put up that new wall. That wall's about 18 inches, maybe 2 feet off their lot line, the neighbor. So whoever's planting flowers, I think, is a brand-new house along that fence line, correct?
Yes.
Now, on the house that's there, you're gonna use that same lot line, the only thing we're talking about is the overhang of the porch that's making that
Correct, yeah.
side setback?
Yeah, there's a 2-foot overhang on that side, they could, it's at 4.8.
4.8, yeah.
Yeah, then the front, it's like 7, I think 7.
It's 5 now.
It's 5 now. The
It's
front,
5 now, we 4.8.
we're just trying to even it out on that side.
Even what?
What's that?
Even what?
The setbacks, because right now it jogs out, jogs back in, jogs out,
Oh,
jogs back
the
in.
lot line on that side's crooked too. So that-
Yeah, they're both crooked, so we're kind of square out the house with the driveway.
So you're coming off this front sticks out the most,
Go.
right? It's about
Car.
18 inches out more than the rest of the yard. So you're using that line as your lot line? That's gonna be your house line.
We're stepping it in.
You're stepping it in.
From what the current bump out is now. Then it purchased colorful.
Now,
So-
this line here, is that where that is right now?
No, the hashed one is where it is right now. So we're stepping in on the front, and the bump out is right here. It's kind of hard to see.
No, I know, I saw the bump out the other one. But you're not gonna have the bump out, you're just gonna go straight.
Correct.
There's no bump up, there is there, like I said, that's about 18 inches more. Over
There was
8
the
inches,
front
it's not
setback.
that much, 10 inches
Yes.
maybe.
Yeah, we're straight back on the bump out.
But you're gonna use this line.
Correct.
All right.
Straight.
All right, that's all I wanna know. Yeah, facing the right-hand side of the building, the piece that's out the most towards the neighbor.
Yeah.
You're gonna use that line, that's what I thought, and as I'm walking back, I'm saying, there's still this line.
Yeah, so currently that bump out is 5 feet off the property line. We're now gonna be like 7.5 or so. But then that lot line tapers in, so
And then you change it, you're taking some of the driveway too, correct?
no, slightly. I mean,
It's bigger than 13 feet. The
it's-
driveway that's there, bigger
It's,
than 13
it's within
feet.
inches of the
Really?
existing foundation, yeah.
I thought it was about 16, I'm saying, it's like 16 feet I was looking at. I go, wow. You're saying it's only another
Yeah, I mean, we're going from like,
14.1 by the original point? like that?
yeah, so we're within inches of the existing. We're trying to hold that.
Half a foot?
Yeah, it's not, not even, yeah.
You got 5 inches, right?
Yeah, I mean, we're trying to maintain that driveway because that driveway can fit 5 cars.
See the guy's house next door there, didn't you?
Very nice. Yeah, we hired the same architect because we like
Oh, the guy from the Cape?
the guy next door, Paul's house, yeah.
That's an unbelievable house.
Yeah, it's very, we've toured it a few times,
About 4 million. right?
somewhere in that, yeah.
Bigger than that.
The character's very impressive, that's why we hired him.
You walk behind it, it's real impressive. You go, oh my God, how big it is.
Very nice house.
Beautiful house. Night, I'm saying, I didn't know if you looked at that and said, I want one of those. That's a nice house. Yours looks sort of it, don't have the second peak.
We don't have the second lot. next
Yeah,
door.
right, second lot, right. The driveway and a half, it's got like a 17 car
It's a-
driveway in the back, you could fit
It's
it
a nice
in.
house.
The wall, one of the walls, right. Wow, thank you, I have no question, any questions?
No question.
No question.
No questions.
Is there anyone here want to speak in favor? Anyone in favor, first call, second call, third call? I have a letter here I want to read. Before I go there, I got 2 letters, just name and address. People that are in favor.
May 4th. Our names are Suzanne and Bruno West, and we're in favor. We live at 84 Albatross Road.
Okay,
Jumadi Akins, due to some recent surgery, I cannot make the hearing. Patrick Foley, existing structure, named Janet Clifford, 57 Shelton Road, Quincy, dated May 3rd, in favor.
Thank you. Now I can,
Oh, only one
I got a
page.
letter from the DPW, read into the
City of Quincy, DPW, RE 47 Shelton Road, case number ZBA-2429. We reviewed the submittal for the above referenced project, and our comments are as follows. One will there be any fill or change of grade due to development? Number two, recommend a new number 1 water service with shut-off valve and a new number 6 sewer service with clean-out to be installed. Number 3, upon completion of the project, as-built plan showing all utilities, building footprints need to be submitted along with a digital file.
Thank you. Call it out of hand closed. For anyone opposed or undecided, please step forward, name and address. Gentlemen, have a seat.
Chairman, other boards. My name is Paul LaBelle. I'm here with my wife Barbara. We are the abutter at 41 Shelton.
One minute, Paul. Did you guys take an oath? You take an oath?
I stood up.
I didn't know if you did. I didn't know if you were in the room at the time. Okay, go ahead, continue, sorry.
And it's what Chris and his wife are proposing, a beautiful house, great architect. We don't have any problem with the house. It's abutting us by 5 feet, and we got 14 feet on the east side, and we'd like that moved. 5 feet is too close. And there's 14 feet on the other side. And I don't see why we can't grab 3 feet over there and move this thing over a little bit. They're gonna dig a big hole. I've got a retaining wall that runs 100 foot, soil's there, it's sand,
You build a new house beside it,
right beside it.
on the right side,
We're on the left side.
you're on the left side,
Well, if I'm facing, I'm sorry, you're right.
facing the building, facing your house.
Facing my house.
He's on the left?
This is on the left.
Okay, so you built that gorgeous, beautiful house.
We're building it. We've been doing
Right.
it for a while.
It's beautiful,
Thank you.
gorgeous.
Thank you. Great architect.
Oh, yes. I was talking to your workers today. Good crew. Tell them to get back to work, please.
I'll do that. So I'd like to see if, I don't see why this thing can't be slid over. I'm concerned with, the digging, and I'd like to see this thing centered a little more.
I would too, but he needs a driveway.
Well, he's got 14 feet.
Yeah,
Well, my driveway is, I got 11.
all right. I mean, maybe we can move it a couple feet. I hear what you're saying.
Okay, that's what I'm asking.
All right.
Please consider it.
Yeah, it's a good idea, because I think he's too close too, with the size of the building.
All right,
I can be moved. Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you. Yep, go ahead.
If I could address the board and maybe address Paul directly,
No, not really.
Rich yet, but.
Oh, I'm sorry. Why don't you guys meet? You can talk. You can talk afterwards. Go ahead.
okay,
You can
I
address the
just
board.
want to speak on two things. As far as Paul's concerned about his wall, the soil, I couldn't agree with him more.
Yeah.
I'm in the excavation business, that is my
Why
trade.
don't we move your house 2 feet?
I just want to echo on Powell's planning on keeping his wall
No, you
completely
can
intact.
keep his wall
Not
if you
just
want.
wall. I'd like
He wants space.
one
He
space.
wants the space. So instead of a 14-foot driveway, he's looking, maybe you have a 10 or 11-foot driveway.
I understand, Paul's concerns. The reason why we asked to keep this driveway this way is,
Yeah.
right now, we have 4 children under 8.
Yep.
In 10 years from now, I'm gonna have, my 2 cars and 4 kids driving, hopefully, right? And, to avoid parking on the
And
street,
you'll all be parking on the other side of the street. Or your kids,
our intention was to have them park in the
like
driveway.
everyone's down there.
I have a neighbor's fence directly on one side, my house. We did a dry run here before, opening doors, and it's very tough to open doors when you have 4 cars in the driveway in there. If
I don't care how many, it's the first one. Open the door, the second one, you're gonna open the same, so. What do you have in a parking lot? 9 feet, right? 9 by 18. Some of them are 8.5. Those are the ones you bang doors. Right? 8.5, 9 feet. So you got 11, you have plenty of room. Plenty of room to run by the car. You can have a seat, Paul. Thank you.
That would bring it down to 11.8 in the back.
Yeah, so it's, it's on, even if they
In the
got,
front,
it's
it would
close to
be
12.
12.2.
And it's not a bad thing for the neighbor. The guy's spending $3.5, $4, $5 million in that house, that he wants you to move it over like a foot. Anyway, give him some room. Are you into that or you're not? It's up to you.
What is currently on the left side of the driveway? Is that your neighbor's fence?
There's a white vinyl fence
Yeah.
directly on.
Right on the property line?
Right on the property line.
Okay.
So my wife drives a large SUV and in our opinion, in the drive run we did, it's very tight, even as it's open car doors.
All
Bring
right,
it in
the
2 feet.
question is, are you willing to move, yes or no? Chuck off. We can ask, we can't make you do nothing. Well, Paulie, why don't you have a minute with your client, all right? We'll take a break. Take 5.
So I just want to just run through the setbacks again currently. So currently, the front right of the building is 5 feet off the lot line.
Yep.
Our actual foundation is actually going to be farther away at the closest point. Our foundation is going to be 5.7 feet in the rear and almost 8 feet in the front. So we're actually going to be farther away than Paul's current lot line, except for the bump out for the stairs. That being said, I think Chris is willing to shift it slightly. We all live in New England. That's a long driveway. In the winter, I lived in a house with a narrow driveway with a fence on one side, a house on the other. Trying to get kids into a car when there's 2 feet of snow.
We don't snow no more here.
True, very true. But I mean, it is a long driveway where there's no place to put the snow. So but I think Chris is willing to move it, a foot over to help the situation. But it is still tight.
So the front would be 13.2 and the back would be 12.8.
13.1.
13, okay,
13.1.
off the corner, so it would be 13.1.
That's, so at the back is 13.8, so it'd be
That's what so we propose 14.1 in the rear, 14.2 in the front.
What's the 13.5 on?
13.8 is the existing corner. So we go to essentially
Right, I see it.
13 feet.
Why can't you bring it down to like 12? I mean, it's not hot, 12-foot driveway is plenty.
It's just being able to open your doors and still get around your doors. Again, you're gonna wanna have planting beds on one side, your fence.
You're not gonna have no planting beds on that and that, really. That's gonna be from the house to the fence.
Again, you gotta have the door open, try to be, it's tight. I mean, again, our foundation is moving farther away than the lot line is.
I know that. I know exactly where it is. 7, 9, 8. 1, 6. 1, 4 would be 6, 2. The smallest. Right?
Take a foot off each.
No, go 1 foot tall, right? Go 1 foot tall, and I can get like 12 something, there's plenty of room for them. Plenty of room for the fall, 12.6. I mean, to 12.8.
You're talking 1.5 foot off each dimension?
Is really, he needs a driveway, I get it, I get what you're saying, but I think he is doing what he's gonna do at 1.5. Let's do 1 foot.
1.5?
Yeah, it's 18 inches. That work for everybody?
What is this for?
1.5.
1.5.
18 inches? That brings you down to,
What's the dimension going to?
we're talking about 1.5 inches, 1.5 foot. 18 inches over to the left, giving you that extra space.
14.2 is going to 13.1?
No, it would be less, it'd be 12,
It'd be
12.6.
12.7, 12.7.
14.2 is the narrowest, 13.8 is the
Existing. So our proposal is an average of 14.1 is the smallest dimension. So that 14 one would drop to 12 with like, over 6 feet
Right, it'd be like 6'2".
is for the bump out. Our rear would now be like 7.5.
Yes, it would be 6'2" there, right? Off the house, shortest piece.
So that would go to 7.2.
Whatever it is.
And
6,
that
7,
would
3.
go to,
That's not right, that's 17,
no, that's right, 7.9.
7,
Yeah.
2, it'd be like
So we're moving the lot line 1.5 feet,
Okay.
all right.
all right?
Well, the setback, yeah.
Right, not the lot line, the setback. We're gonna take this house and just move it over 1.5 feet, 18 inches. Everyone good with that?
Yeah.
Conditions, one week, we'll make the final conditions, we'll move it 18 inches. To the left, that gives everyone room, gives them room for his doors, gives them room for a side setback, gives them a little more breathing room out there, and everyone's happy. You all set, Council? Yeah. Why don't you have a seat? Is there anyone, where am I anyway? Rick, I can make a motion, right? Already did that?
Okay.
Already did
Make
that.
a motion?
We talked, so is there anyone else, wait a minute, is there anyone else, anyone else opposed or undecided? Last call? All are probably very close. You read this, you've already read this in.
I already read it.
Yeah, that's what I thought. All right, and is everyone all set with the way we're doing this? All right,
Okay.
All set?
Ms.
ZBA.
Barry, you're all set?
Yep.
Okay.
Everybody? Okay, ZBA -2429 Patrick Foley seeks a variance relief from chapter 375, section 4.11, dimensional requirements to demolish a single-family home, reconstruct another two-story single-family home on the premises 47 Shelton Road, with the exception of moving the driveway from front to back 1.5 feet, which will reflect
18 inches.
18 inches, which will reflect increased setbacks on the right side of the building next to Mr. LaBelle.
Yep.
Make a motion to accept as presented.
Second, on the motion? And then all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. Motion adjourned.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. Night, ladies and gentlemen.